Hello there, it's your boy Kero, and I got one question for you. Are you ready to get extreme? Because if you are, we've got, in 2 days, 3 hours, 37 minutes, and 20 seconds, WWE Extreme Rules 2022. And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about my predictions. Who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, who's gonna return, potentially. Now, before we get to any specific match, I gotta talk about the fact there are only 6 matches. 6! AEW, you listening? You taking notes? That means this premium live event will probably last around 2 hours. Let's say 3 hours maybe at most. And each match is gonna have a lot of time to breathe, a lot of time to tell a story, which is something that I absolutely appreciate. So I don't know what the actual order of the matches will be, but I'm just going off the website of the WWE. And it says our opening contest will be the Brawling Brutes. That's Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Pete, well, not yet. Still Butch, I think. But I mean, like, he's got his old demeanor back, his old clothing, hairstyle back. He's gotten everything back now. All he needs to do is get rid of that Butch and, come out of his cocoon like a beautiful butterfly named the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. And against them, we have Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci. And most importantly, we have Walter. Put your dick away, Walter. I don't want to say. And this is going to be a 6-man tag team, good old-fashioned. That's written here. Good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I thought Vince left the company, but whatever. It's a gimmick match. Basically, Extreme Rules with a different gimmick slapped onto it, which is fine. I mean, Sheamus and Gunther, they already had banger after banger after banger doing just normal tag team matches, normal one-on-one matches. So this is good. This is something fresh. At least we're gonna see something extreme. They can do more with this. They can do different stuff with this. But I mean, most of the time, who's been losing? The Brawling Brutes. And what's gonna happen at Extreme Rules? The same thing, the Brawling Brutes are losing because I don't see in any way, shape or form the Imperium losing at all. 1 or 2 years later, we may see the Bloodline actually get replaced by the Imperium. It's not impossible. Gunther can be the main champion and we already have a great tag team to carry those tag team championships. But, that's looking way too far into the future. If I'm to look at Extreme Rules, it's really easy. Like, it'd be really, really surprising if Imperium lost. I think they're gonna win. Not only do I think that, but I also want that to happen. So, yeah. Imperium wins this easy. And still, like, even though we know what's gonna happen at the end, I'm sure the ride, the match itself, it's gonna be super entertaining to watch. So, I'm all for it. And then we have Edge and Finn Balor. Surprisingly, the second match on the list. This is an I Quit match, so I would imagine this would be the opener or the main event. But regardless, I think this is my most anticipated match of the night because I really like Edge, I really like Finn Balor. So 2 of my favorites doing an I Quit match. But this match, man, it's really hard to predict. So if you just don't look at any of the facts and look at the competitors, the wrestlers in this match, Finn Balor gets beaten by Edge every day of the week. But the problem is we have the Judgment Day that can run interference. We can potentially have a Bray Wyatt debut. We can potentially have AJ Styles come in and cost Edge the match, or he can do a swerve and do the exact opposite. I can't say for sure who's gonna win, but I've heard throughout the last year that Edge is really high on Finn Balor. He really likes him and he always wanted to work with him. So that's a good indication that he may put him over here. And now we have Paul, the Vanilla Man, running things around, and we know how much he likes Finn Balor as well. And above all that, Judgment Day really needs something big, a big victory to solidify themselves. So a win here for Finn Balor just makes so much sense and it adds so much to him and the Judgment Day. And Edge is Edge, he can bounce back from anything. And I think sadly it's already his last year in wrestling. So when you look at the big picture, if he loses this match, it really doesn't matter. In fact, it'd be better for Finn Balor, who's not a young talent, is quite old as you guys know, but still has a lot more years left in the company, a lot more he can give. So I want Finn Balor to win this match, and although I'm not 100% sure, I think he's gonna actually win this match too. So that's my official prediction. We'll see what happens. Our next match on the list is Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. It's a strap match. To me, it's underwhelming. Sadly, I've not been high on Drew McIntyre. I really like him actually, I do, but his booking for the last couple of years is just like, especially after he lost the title, it's been all over the place. He never really felt big. I mean, the last time he really felt big was obviously Clash at the Castle, but like that was it. After that, he doesn't feel that big. And just a couple of months before the build-up for the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view, he again was like losing his edge, losing what made him seem like a big star, a main eventer. And honestly, I would normally be excited about this match, but the problem is I'm also underwhelmed by Karrion Kross. Not just his run on the main roster so far, but even in NXT, where I guess he was the best, right? That was his best version in the WWE. Even then, I was like, I mean, this guy is alright, I guess. And the biggest thing that Karrion Kross did ever since coming back to the WWE is actually just coming back. After that, his promo's been, I mean, whatever. His in-ring work, we barely seen him wrestle, which is actually good. You know, we just saw him in a couple of squash matches. At least there's that. With this match, we're gonna see Karrion Kross actually wrestle, and he's gonna wrestle in a big match. And it's definitely, by the way, easily his biggest match of his career, because this is gonna be, yeah, if he does good here, I think he's gonna turn a lot of opinions around and a lot more eyes are gonna be on him. But let's see, I'm not expecting much honestly from this match, but Drew McIntyre is a hard worker, and like even with Matt Cupmos, I remember him giving so much effort to his matches, so I'm sure he wants this to be really, really good. I'm sure Karrion Kross also feels the same. Hopefully we see something cool. It's something different, strap match. I mean, we haven't seen that in the WWE for a while. I think the last time was actually the Fiend. The Fiend. Yeah, by the way, let's just touch on that subject as well. If the Fiend returns in this pay-per-view, I believe it would be... where could he return? I mean, it's hard to say. Honestly, it's hard to say, because I'm also not a huge fan of the Fiend. I mean, normally I didn't really like his character, like, okay, to begin with. And then they booked him like an absolute jobber, made him lose to Goldberg, made him lose to Seth Rollins in a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell. And so I completely like gave up on the Fiend, and I really don't care if he's returning or not. Maybe after he returns and I watch him, I can maybe get into the Fiend again. But so far, he's been asking, you know, saying, let me in. No, thank you. So honestly, I'm not too caught up on what the Fiend is doing. And so I don't have a good theory to tell you like, oh, the Fiend is going to return here because of this. One thing with this pay-per-view before I move on to my prediction, this show doesn't feel that big enough because we only have 2 title matches and that's it. You know, the tag team championships, the mid-card championships, the major championships, even the women's tag team champion, like nothing is on here. So as far as prestige goes, as far as like a big event, this show really doesn't feel that big at all. And a Fiend return would just take care of that. Right? The Fiend return would actually take care of that. Like, I like the matches when you look at them separately. Sure, this is going to be a fun pay-per-view, but is this something that we're going to remember after it's finished? As for Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross, I think this is a no-brainer. Karrion Kross has to win. Unless you're planning to fire Karrion Kross the next day, he has to win this match. It's that simple. Now we have Matt Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins in a fight pit. The match itself is super exciting, honestly. We've never seen it on the main roster, so a lot of people will be looking at this match for the first time. They're going to be seeing it for the first time. That means they have to show off. That means they have to go above and beyond to, you know, make this match good. I'm sure the in-ring action will be perfecto. And we have Daniel Cormier as a special referee, which I don't think is going to change much. He's going to be real serious, kind of like Jeff Jarrett was, right? He's going to call it down the middle, actually. I believe the winner here will be Matt Riddle. I mean, Seth Rollins has been losing for a long time, but the last time he beat Riddle, and this time we're in the fight pit, the specialty match of Riddle. I mean, he has to win here. It makes sense that he has to win here. And hopefully after this match ends, Seth Rollins and Riddle, they both go do bigger things. I'm not too hot on the feud. I think a lot of the segments, a lot of the brawls were really bad. Besides like 2 segments, everything else was really underwhelming for me. Even their last pay-per-view match where Seth Rollins won, right? The finish was cool, but other than that, the match itself was actually boring. These guys don't have too much chemistry with each other, I feel. Now we get to match number 5, which is Bianca Belair versus Bayley, a ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship. I mean, damage control has been really taxing on my psychology, but it's always nice seeing Bayley, and Bianca is super talented, and I feel this one-on-one ladder match is gonna be quite fun, actually, now that I think about it, because we have two talented women going at it for the championship. This is obviously gonna go above and beyond Extreme Rules. This is gonna carry on to Survivor Series, maybe even WrestleMania. That would be too long, actually. If I had to force myself to make a decision, I'd say Bianca is gonna retain here, simply because of the fact that Bayley is already a star. She's already established, and she'll be just fine without the title. So my prediction here is Bianca Belair retaining her championship. And speaking of championships, this is the second and the last championship match of the night. In fact, it's the last match of the night. We got Ronda Rousey going up against Liv Morgan, the SmackDown Women's Champion, in a Extreme Rules match that Liv Morgan asked for. Now, you know what they say, third time is the charm. My prediction in this match is whatever happens, Shayna Baszler will be involved in it. I feel like for the most part, Liv Morgan is just gonna get her ass whooped, and by the end, she's gonna start a comeback. And it looks like she's gonna actually win the match without any shenanigans too, clean. And that's when Shayna Baszler comes out and helps Ronda Rousey, and you know, it's the start of a tag team, a stable, a group, or whatever. Also, Ronda Rousey captures the title. That's one possibility. Or there's another possibility. Shayna Baszler comes out again and this time actually betrays Ronda Rousey. So you got a feud going on in between them. And honestly, Ronda Rousey is Ronda freaking Rousey. She doesn't need the title at all. And especially when she's gonna go up against Shayna Baszler, which is like a dream match, you know, dream scenario anyways. So you don't need the title for this. And normally, for the longest, this was my prediction. Liv Morgan was gonna win thanks to an interference by Shayna Baszler. But when you look at the last couple of segments with Ronda and Baszler, they're not hostile towards each other at all. And there's no seeds being planted of a betrayal. More so, it feels like, you know, they're actually friendly with each other. So that's why I'm gonna go back to my first prediction of Ronda Rousey kicking Liv Morgan's ass throughout the match. Then Liv Morgan fires up. She's just about to win the match. Shayna Baszler comes out, interferes, and costs Liv Morgan the match and her title. That's my prediction. I'm honestly not 100% sure on this, but yeah, that's my final answer. This is the main event, so something big has to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if the other thing I talked about happens either, where Ronda Rousey gets betrayed by Shayna Baszler and Liv Morgan just sneaks out the back with the title. Well, we'll see. So these were my predictions for WWE Extreme Rules 2022. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your predictions are in the comment section down below. Other than that, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.